Hi, I'm Lucky Margadonna with a little bit of Leicester. Welcome to the open house at Leicester Spine and Wellness Center. Dr. Pete Antanavica is putting it on today at his office. It's located at the corner of Grove Street and Main Street, Route 9, Leicester. This is Dr. Peter Antanavica.
Pete Antanavica. Dr. Pete Antanavica.
How long you been here, Pete?
I've been here for 17 years, since May of 2001. I just did a big remodel around here, so the outlay of the whole office and design is different. And what I do around here is I essentially offer three things. I offer initial treatment plans for chiropractic and wellness plans for chiropractic and DOT physicals.
So you're not just a chiropractor as people used to think years ago.
I'm a board-certified medical examiner or medical evaluator for the FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carriers Administration. So I'm able to offer CDL certificates for people who have commercial vehicles.
And what brought you into this type of business, Pete?
Well, it was something where, a long time ago, my mother had told me that, she had a lot of low back pain and leg pain at one point. And I have two much older brothers, 13, 14 years older than me. And, she wasn't able to have any children in that time period. And she said that, the pain was getting to the point where it was shooting down the legs real bad. And back then, they would just send you for surgery, and she did not want to have that. So it was only about 6 years earlier that they started licensing chiropractors in Massachusetts. So she was able to find some chiropractors in Worcester. She went to this one woman and she started getting adjustments done. And in a few times, all the pain went away. She started menstruating again because she was told that she had a tipped uterus and she was never going to have another child. And all the nerve flow was cut off, so it was cutting off all the, the organs down there, reproductive organs. So within a month, she was pregnant with me after going through all that.
Now, obviously we're in Leicester,
Yep.
and everybody knows your dad, Ted, and mom, Judy, brother Mike, and brother Steve.
Yep.
Do you find it hard living up to their reputation of being in town?
No.
You're in a totally different business.
I am. But, it's fun. It's what I want to do. Being in an excavator or, being out there, constructing walls and stuff like that is not what I had intended to do for the rest of my life. So I went into school and, went through all the way, and here I am.
Joking around a lot. Do you get a lot of visits from your brother Mike? He seems to be accident prone.
My brother Mike, you got to ask him. He's not accident prone, but, he saved himself a lot of visits to the pulmonologist because this is very interesting. He ended up contracting some white mold from working in a basement of a church a few years ago. And I was adjusting him before he went in, but it got so bad. He got such a major lung infection, he ended up in the emergency room, and he ended up going into the ICU for a full week. They had him on albuterol, prednisone and insulin to offset the prednisone. And he finally got out, and they had him on a whole battery of different medicines. And he kept going back and forth to the emergency room, having bouts. And finally, he came through this door in my office one day and said, I need C6 through T4 adjusted, because him and his wife had watched the YouTube video of a chiropractor in California talking about how the nerves that innervate the respiratory system come from those levels in the spine. And I've been adjusting him ever since, and he hasn't had so much as a sniffle.
That's amazing, Pete.
Yeah, he gets adjusted anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week.
I remember when Mike was going through it all, when he was in the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he hasn't, the pulmonologists don't know what happened. They, diagnosed him with COPD and a lot of things. And, as far as his ability to breathe, he obviously doesn't have that. And he's been doing great ever since. So.
Oh, let's do a little tour.
Okay, great. So basically, when an established patient comes in here, we have these 3 rooms down on the side here, which they go to, and if you can come in here. They basically sit down here, lie down on their back, just like this. And one of the girls or myself will turn it on. And what it does is it rolls out, it stretches and exercises the spine for a couple minutes.
This is what you call a roller table?
This is an intersegmental traction table. You know, for short we call it a roller table. And then it shuts off automatically. And then what happens is the patient gets up and walks out this way. We have 3 roller table rooms, you know, so we can accommodate as many people as possible. They're all relatively new. I just had these put in about right before Thanksgiving, 2017. A couple other rooms that I'll do, interferential therapy, electrical therapy, heat pack therapy. You know, if somebody is in a auto accident or workers' comp accident or has a lot of acute pain. So we can create endorphins that will help as like your natural pain relievers.
I was going to say, that's
Yep.
in your system.
So as the flow goes in the office, as soon as people come out of the intersegmental traction rooms, they have these row of seats that they can sit if they need to. There's very little waiting time.
Right.
So I'm always in here. So I'll direct the patient to come in, and they'll either sit up or go face down based on what kind of adjustment I'm going to do.
So, now, I mean, we both know I'm a lot older than you. Back in the day, chiropractors were like a taboo. Today, they're as good, if not better, than doctors in a lot of respects.
Yeah.
What's made that possible?
I think a lot of the, I want to be nice about this, but I think a lot of people are dissatisfied with the results that they've been getting with organized or the allopathic medical paradigm where they deal out pills,
Yes.
you know. What I do around here is 100% nerve flow. It's all about finding the areas of the spine, correcting the areas of the spine. Basically, these areas of the spine is what we call in chiropractic subluxation. The unavoidable stresses and strains of life, and basically everything we take in. You know, any kind, you know, the air we breathe, the water and food that we drink, any kind of mental stresses, and all the twisting, turning, bending, lifting that we do, causes the vertebra in the spine to shift and twist and put pressure on the nerves. So what happens is it causes a problem wherever the nerves go. And of course the nerves go everywhere. The nerves go to your liver, your lungs, all the major organs, and it can manifest as a lot of different things. It's all about nerve flow. It's all about correcting these spinal misalignments or areas where the vertebrae are stuck together and putting pressure on the nerves. What I do when I do an adjustment is the adjustment is what we use to retrain the spine. It takes pressure off, it stimulates the nerves, so it allows that power from the brain to get through to get you better. Now, anatomically and as far as developmentally, the first organ in the body is what? What do you think it is?
The brain.
The brain. Yep, the brain. It forms this little mulberry mass. And then from the brain, we get the notochord, which is the spinal cord. And everything branches from the brain. Now, the brain is so important. It's the only organ in the whole body that's encapsulated in bone. And the spinal cord, being more or less the tail of the brain, is also encapsulated in bone, and that's where the problem begins. That's where, you know, the vertebra, because it's movable, can shift and twist and put pressure on the nerves.
Where did, I'm going to say, chiropractic start? Is this more like an Indian tradition?
Nope.
No.
It's all American. It started in 1895 by Dr. Daniel David Palmer. He was a magnetic healer back in those days, and what he found was through his acute knowledge of anatomy and a lot of study that if he applied specific adjustments as opposed to global adjustments, that it caused these different things to happen as far as, you know, increasing nerve flow. His very first patient was a man named Harvey Lillard, who had been deaf for 17 years. And D.D. Palmer actually palpated his spine, found that his top cervical vertebra was out of alignment. Within 3 adjustments, he fully restored his hearing.
That's amazing,
That's the
Pete.
first chiropractic patient. It came into existence in 1895, the same year as X-ray and the same year as osteopathy.
Now, I've been to other chiropractors throughout the city and stuff, and they do X-rays
Yep.
and certain things. Do you do X-rays here at all?
I don't. If I need X-rays, I refer people out. I used to do X-rays here, but it just was taking up too much time. If I feel as though someone needs X-rays, I refer them out. A lot of people already come in with X-rays too. So
Very good. Well, again, I want to thank Dr. Pete for having us in here.
yeah, my
People-
pleasure.
People of Leicester, we have a doctor in chiropractic.
Yep.
And also, I do know, in being in this town, we have a lot of people with CDL licenses
Yep.
that need to be taken care of once or twice a year,
Yep.
whatever the laws require,
Yeah, once every 2 years sometimes.
once every 2 years. I want to, again, thank Pete for walking us through and showing us what goes on here. And also, as I've always said, spend it in Leicester. If you do need a chiropractor, you do need your CDL certificates taken care of, please come see Pete Antanavica. He'll be more than happy to help you out.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. And today's a big patient community appreciation day. It's going fantastic, and I love the patients.
Well, I'm Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelidis. I'm at the Leicester Senior Center, and we have this tremendous event we put on around the county about 2-3 times a year called the Sheriff's Reserve Deputy Sheriff Association Symposium. Dawn Osterguy standing right there. She really coordinates this for us, and we got a great team to help put it on. But it's really our charitable organization giving back to the community. We got some great vendors that came in to help us, and what we do is we provide information to the community. We had myself to talk about some of the dog canine programs we have at the jail today. I'm really proud of the shelter dogs that we have at our facility that work with inmates, and the inmates help retrain those shelter dogs, and those shelter dogs then get adopted by families. So I presented quite an interesting program that we brought to Chicago for a national conference last year about that program. I presented that. We have now a doctor in there talking to the community about essential oils, and we have another speaker later today talking about dietary concerns as we age, and I get that as much as anybody. So we're really proud of these programs. These symposiums do travel around, and we were really happy to have one here in Leicester. Rachel and the Leicester Senior Center is one of the best senior centers in the county. People should be very proud to have this facility in this community, and as you can see, the room's full. It's full of great people, and we're going to provide lunch and bingo to people, so it's a fun day, but it's a learning day for people, and it's a way our Reserve Deputy Sheriff Association gives back to our community that we're here to serve.
Good morning. I'm Rachel Cloutier. I'm the Director of the Council on Aging in Leicester. And I'm welcoming this morning Lou Evangelidis and Donna Osterguy, who are having a large forum. There are other dignitaries here, but so far I think that we have seen close to 160 people come through. Not all at the same time, but they're coming through for a continental breakfast. Lunch is going to be served around noontime. This is a wonderful event for us. People are here from Barry, from all area towns. They're from Brookfields, Oxford, North Oxford, Worcester, and all surrounding towns that attend this wonderful event today. So we welcome everyone here at the Senior Center. We just love to have people here and to have special events. If you want to find out about our events at the center, look on the website. We have a newsletter. I'm also very, very fortunate to have people like Genevieve and Nancy our outreach coordinator. If you need any assistance, please feel free to call the Senior Center. We're here to help you. Thank you.
Hi, Peter Blute, former congressman for Leicester back in the day. Great to be here with Sheriff Lou Evangelidis for his symposium here on health, helping seniors on any number of fronts. He just gave a great presentation on his programs at the jail, and there's great food here, there's great speakers, bingo, lots of prizes. It's just a lot of fun, and I can tell you there is not one parking space in the Leicester Senior Center parking lot, not one.
Morning. I'm State Representative Kate Campanelli here at the Leicester Senior Center. There's a senior symposium going on this morning put on by the Worcester County Reserve Deputies Association, Sheriff Lou. We have some great people, some great vendors here, all put on by in partnership with the Senior Center and the Sheriff Lou Evangelidis. I think there's over 160 people here today, so it's a great turnout, a great event for people to be here and learn about what's going on in the community.
Louise, I'm a volunteer with the Retired Senior and Volunteer Program. We're here at the Leicester Senior Center today. We have information on scams, and we have a senior fraud helpline, a 1-800 number that people can call if they have issues that they want help with. It is manned during office hours, and they can help you if you have a problem with a phone scam or financial scam. Again, we're at the Retired Senior and Volunteer Program. It's part of Family Services of Worcester County. Thank you so much.
Hi, we are Central Massachusetts Agency on Aging, and I'm Madeline Burton, and I'm an intern from Assumption College. Our agency is responsible for connecting individuals in Central Massachusetts, specifically elders, with various services that they might need, anything from housing to food, counseling, and various other resources. And so coming up, we have an Elder Care 2018 event, which is May 16th, which is a Wednesday, from 9:30 to 1:30 at the Leicester Country Club. This event will be a huge event. There will be exhibitors, some light refreshments. There'll be health screenings, some seminars, and also some entertainment. So it's a great way for the local senior centers and elders and anyone in the public to just kind of get involved and to see what resources are out there.
Hi, my name is Jill Woldridge. I'm with Worcester County District Attorney Joseph D. Early Jr.'s office, and we're here at the Sheriff's Spring Celebration to bring you lots of information on prevention and safety tips for scams, elder abuse, and frauds.